Hey guys, guess what? You got the Mandalorian wrong. Hey everyone, welcome to Infinite Realms. Don't forget, like, subscribe, even comment. It makes the channel grow. And that's what she said. Okay, so, guess what? Mandalorian season finale is here, and a lot of people got a lot of shit wrong. So, let's run it down. If you don't want spoilers, stop now. I'll give you a moment. Moment's up. Let's get into it. Alright, predictions for the Mandalorian final season finale. Almost said final season because it was people talking like that. Okay, so first up, Din Djarin will die. No! The focus of the Mandalorian will now go to the Mandalorian people. Doesn't look that way. Now, from the impression I got, it's from the ending, it's really a reestablishment of the status quo. We're back to Mando doing bounty hunter-like shit. So, why all the hate, guys? This is what we wanted. And let's face it, the Mandalorian storyline was wrapped up and given a nice little bow. What more do you want? Continuing on with predictions. The Armorer was a spy. Wrong! Axe Wolves was a spy. Wrong! Skinny Pete was a spy. Wrong! There was no extra spy. And I kept wondering where this one came from, since when Moff Gideon's spy reported to him that the Mandos were joining up, he was genuinely shocked and surprised. Incredibly, no one caught that. That if he had a spy, he wouldn't have been surprised. Also, Moff Gideon was attempting to clone the Emperor. Or Snoke. Wrong! All this time he was trying to clone himself with Force-sensitive powers. Will this lead into some things later? Possibly. The Mythosaur would appear. Well, not really. That's pretty wrong. Din didn't ride the Mythosaur or anything like that. At the end, Grogu did kind of use the Force to reach down and, like, touch his brain, touch the Mythosaur's brain or whatever. There's some hints in that. I'm not going to speculate because, you know what? I'm really bitching about speculating right now. It's not even speculating. These people were saying, this is what's going to happen. I'm not speculating. I know. Grogu will get armor. Wrong! Not even close, man. Not even close. He didn't even ride in IG-11 that long. I mean, that's that he was only in that for one episode, 2 episodes now. And if anything, that was just kind of a one-off. And I thought it was kind of funny. It worked for what it was. So one of the big ones was people saying that, Din Djarin's going to die off and it's going to focus on different Mandalorians. And, it may focus on different Mandalorians, but I'm looking back at the quote everybody grabbed onto, which was basically that, the title Mandalorian can refer to other Mandalorians. And I think they were talking about this season, possibly, because it really does look like we're going back to that kind of Mando and Grogu going around doing some bounty hunting shit. Which is fine by me. That's perfectly fine. I was kind of wondering how, we would go back to that status quo. Because I did think it was slipping a bit, but, I was still interested in the season. Because I thought this season was interesting. But I did I was sitting there going, man, I wish we would kind of take a step back. And it ended up doing that at the end of the season. So, I'm okay with it. This was a little different. I'm good with that. So a lot of these predictions and crap, it just sort of reminds me of, for lack of a better term, or a lack of better thought, back when in the Book of Boba Fett, people kept saying, for whatever reason, that Harrison Ford was going to make an appearance or something. And it didn't make any sense to me when people were saying this. And even after were insisting that Harrison Ford's stuff was cut out at the last minute. Which, BS, man. Come on, it never happened. From what I can tell, people were really grasping onto this story that Pedro Pascal had a difficult time in the first season, or there was an incident in the first season or something, and they really gravitated onto it, saying, look, this is evidence Pedro Pascal's not happy, he's going to leave the show. No indication. It wasn't at Star Wars Celebration. He's one of the busiest guys in Hollywood right now. He might not have had the time. He might not have been able to get away. I mean, look at the guys. Look at what the guy's turning out right now. He's a little busy. Let him do his thing. I mean, don't. I really. Some of the crazy things that have come about from people's speculation on YouTube makes me think they're just sitting there with a jump to conclusion mat, and they're just jumping around like hopscotch. Oh, I don't know. It bothers me that people just clickbait you like that. You know, I mean, once I've, it's one thing when you sit around and speculate. That's cool. I get it. I do it too. It's another thing when you try to say, something will happen because it will happen. Or this source is 100% reliable. And anytime I get into that on a YouTube channel, and it ain't there, do not show me this again. Because I get so sick of that clickbait shit. So sick of it. It's just annoying to even contemplate why the hell people will just get all worked up. And I know a lot of it, and you can usually tell because, 9 out of 10 of them will have a very scathing Kathleen Kennedy video. Now, that's not saying I'm a fan of Kathleen Kennedy, but, the fact that they are still butthurt over her stupidity during The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, marketing-wise, she did some very dumb-ass statements. She did. Front and center, she did. And no, I don't like her. I mean, she seems to be stepping back a little bit as far as PR goes, which she should because she does not know how to PR. That is a major thing. She doesn't know how to PR. So, she seems to not be making grand statements anymore. So that's a smart move on her part. Applause. You at least recognize you're not doing a good job in one aspect. Does that mean she's good at her job? No. She's responsible for a sequel trilogy. We all know it. But she did get smarter, not smart, smarter, and figured out, let's get some people who know what they're talking about, like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. They might, they might know something. Then we got the Mandalorian. Okay, so, a quick review of the season. I thought it was a good season. I mean, there were a few moments that were kind of questionable, but that doesn't mean it's a bad season. And no, I'm not going to even remotely talk about the silly cameos of Jack Black and Lizzo. I actually have another idea for a video on that I will hopefully get to within the next couple of days. Let's stop feeding these clickbaiting assholes, okay? I mean, it's okay to speculate, and, today they need to be saying, okay, I was way off base there. And from now on, when they're speculating, you gotta go, well, I was way off base. I'm way off base all the time anyway. And some channels will do that. And they'll even make a joke out of it, which is fine. But, you know what? If they're sitting there saying, yep, this is what's going to happen. I have this source, and this says what's going to happen. And then it doesn't come. Don't show me this again on YouTube. That's how you solve a problem. Okay? And, I'm sure some people are doing that to me because, I'm not that guy. But, oh well. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for Infinite Realms. Don't forget to like and subscribe.